Chairman, you're over meeting supporters on Sunday. Are you looking forward to that opportunity to face some of them?
Meeting supporters on Sunday. Yeah, I'm. Look, I know there's a few people that are disenchanted, disinterested, disappointed. You use a lot of D words there. The second half of the season, capitulation, collapse, whatever you want to call it, since West Brom gone out on penalties has been horrible. Horrible for me, horrible for everyone at the club, horrible for the fans. So this is an important time of the year for the football club. This isn't about putting money in my pocket. This is about making sure that we have a budget that we feel is strong enough that we can compete next year. And that's why we do season tickets. You know, every club does them at a certain time of the year. We started well, the early bird went well. We had the usual 3,000 loyal supporters. But, you know, our expectations are always to get to 4,000. And, you know, last year, obviously we dropped. Our gates dropped. This year, our gates have been horrific in this horrible run, which is to be expected. But you don't quite expect them to hit down to 4.5. It hurts, and it hurts the club, and it hurts our budgetary chances as well. So it's important to get our supporters who are disinterested, disenchanted back on side. It's not about hype. It's not don't believe the hype or building hype up. It's saying to them, giving them a chance to ask me questions honestly. I know they're unhappy. I know that we did a survey. There's a lot of reasons they're unhappy. We sell our best players. They're not happy with the manager. They're not happy with me. Great. Come speak to me. Have a cup of tea. Have a cup of coffee. Have a sandwich. Bring your family with you. We'll have a natter. If at the end of the conversation you still feel disenchanted and you don't want to buy a season ticket, I won't say a word, no problem at all. I'm hoping I can convince them otherwise, because we need every fan we can get. Our football club is, for a club our size, we have a large budget for this league, a budget that should see us a lot higher than 14th. I continually back the club. You know, the BBC have just asked me out there, well, I don't know who this guy was. He said to me, well, do you have enough money to keep the football club going? Who did he work for? Look East, right, okay. So I don't know where he was coming from with that. But in the 9 years I've been here, I've always been proud of the fact that we've paid our players on time, and we've never been a club that's been in crisis from that perspective, and we're not in crisis. But the season ticket sales and our fans coming gives us a chance to do better. The more season tickets we sell, the more people on the gate, it allows us to go out and get better players. And our fans are always saying, well, you sell our best players and you do it. Of course I sell a player. What am I meant to do with 4,500 people coming to watch our football club? With the overheads we have, the stadium rent that I pay and the costs that go towards the stadium, what am I meant to do? I already put fortunes in every year. So of course we need to sell a player to sustain the club, buy players, bring players in on top of the money I already put in. So I asked those fans who were disinterested and disenchanted and are sat on the fence, hear me out, listen to what I'm saying. I don't own a football club or be chairman of a football club to be 14th in League One. And if they think I'm building hype about next year and, we want to win the title and win promotion, of course I do, because what else are we used to in League One? The last year has been poor. We were 9th last year. Yes, it wasn't our best year. But we felt this year that we were building a special group of players. We didn't quite feel we were going to challenge for automatic promotion. We felt we'd flirt with the playoffs. We didn't think we'd get to 5th and then capitulate and collapse like we did. So that's been a real kind of sickener. We've had our issues. You know, I know injuries have been a great excuse for many of us to use, but we've got players like Jermaine Anderson and Callum Elder, hopefully, that are going to be part of our squad next year. You're going to see players like Foz, Chris Forrester fully rested from pre-season. Jack Baldwin now will be like a Rolls Royce next year, you know, after getting his injury behind him and getting a run of games. You got the younger players who are going to be a year older. We've yet to see Chettle and Naby, and I know fans are asking the question. They're two exciting players, very exciting players, and I'm as frustrated as the fans not seeing them yet, and I want to see more of them as well. We've got Tom Nichols, who in spurts have shown us. I mean, he's only played 4 or 5 games since he joined in January, but we feel he's a real talent and he'll be back as well. So we've already got a lot of striking talents. We've obviously got Marcus, who is probably the best attacking midfielder in our league. I know Bradley Dack won Player of the Year in League One and he deserved to, because Gillingham have done well, but goals per minute and assists per minute in a similar role, Marcus is 20% higher than him statistically. So, you know, we've got a lot of talent in our squad, and I haven't even talked about the internationals in our squad like Michael Smith, and I haven't talked about Michael Boswick. And so we feel there's something here that we can build on. We can learn from the horrific second half of the season we've had. We're hoping the players, the ones that are still here that, you know, we want to keep and retain, learn from what's happened as well and use that as experience. They're going to be a year older. We then have younger players like Leo. Leo's ready next year to do what Jermaine did when Jermaine had his breakout season when he just turned 18 and he played, I think, 20 odd games. Leo's going to be a critical part of our squad next year. That's not me building hype, putting a for sale sign over players like I'm accused of. That's me genuinely excited and enthusiastic about players like Leo coming through from the youth team, because every year we like to have 1 or 2. So And then on top of that, obviously myself and Baz, who's over there in the corner on the phone right now, we're already making moves for the additions that we need. We're not going to be signing 6, 7, 8 players this summer. We feel we need 3, 4 maximum. Some key players, key roles. A couple of them will be experienced players, players who are promotion hardy, and we've won promotion, and we need a captain. I think we definitely need to sign a captain this summer. We've used the captaincy like a game of pass the parcel. And it goes without saying that right now at the football club there's not that captain we need, so that needs to happen. You saw the other night Foz loses his head and reacts, and not one of our players has gone over and got hold of Foz and dragged them away. A captain would have gone over and stopped him getting sent off, because there was enough time between when the alleged headbutt happened and the ref was going to yellow card him, and he went over and he continued. When he was diving around and the guy stood on his foot, there was enough time for one of our players or a captain type figure to go over and hug him and drag him back. And that would never have happened, and he would never have got that second yellow. So there are all those things that are going to happen. This isn't me sending out a message to our fans, go, believe in this, and this is what we're going to do. If I didn't believe it, why would you put your money into a football club if you didn't turn up for work every day or pay the bills to be successful? You don't waste your money and throw your money down the drain to just own a football club that's doing okay, or middle of the road, or 14, So lots of things to improve on. I think most importantly next year, the biggest key factor for us, not just on the injury front and keeping people fit and having some continuity and forgetting about all the tinkering and actually having a settled 11. I think one of the most important things for us as a football club next year is to actually have a good home record. Our home record is atrocious. I mean, atrocious. We've lost 7 of the last 10 home games. We're 10, 11 points outside the playoffs. You would win 50% of your home games. Do the numbers, where would we be sat right now today? Playing Scunny on Saturday, we'd probably be in 6th place right now if we actually had a decent home record. But our home record, after I spent 150 grand on a new pitch, it's one of the best pitches in League One. It's obviously too good a pitch, and we've been turned over. So that's something we need to fix as well for next year. So lots of work in the summer. The hard work starts now, particularly behind the scenes. Baz will be springing into action, getting on his transfer costume. And there's going to be a lot of work over the coming weeks.
Is it a real challenge to get those players out to trim the squad to the level that you feel is acceptable moving forward?
No, look, Barry will always say it's a challenge, because if he's told you've got to move 10 players on, or else, crikey, he's only one person. But we have a lot of good players, and even the players that we feel need to move on will still be wanted by other clubs. There will be fees, there will be arrangements. We do quite well. The good news is we've got quite a few out of contract. I think you've got Cozzy, you've got Gabby, you've got some of the younger players, you've got there's quite a few. Vassal's out of contract, Shaq is out of contract, or not Shaq, Solly. So there's quite a few out of contract as well. So therein lies an easy enough thing where you just don't obviously renegotiate a new contract or go down that route. So the ones then we decided we're going to go on the list who maybe we feel have been here too long and haven't done what we wanted them to do over the last couple of years, they're going to transfer list as soon as the season's over. The manager will have a conversation. Barry will put them on the list. The phone calls will start. He's already talking to clubs. He's already making moves for what happens in June. The loan window doesn't go past August this year, so there's probably going to be a lot of early action as opposed to last minute action. People will try and get their squads together in July, so things will push forward. So I'm quite confident we'll move on what we need to move on. By the time we're in Portugal on the 25th of June, I think it is now, we'll have 22, 23 players that we feel are what's needed. We're also going to be signing a very, very young teenager that we're hopefully going to be doing a deal and getting signed as well. And he'll be in our under-21 setup, and that's one for the future. There'll be no pressure on him. And that's one I'm actually excited about as well in a couple of years' time. He's prolific, and that's going to be a good one as well for the football club. So a lot of exciting things going on, and looking forward to it.
Yeah, aside from obviously winning the remaining 3 games, what do you want to see from the performances?
I want to see goals. I want to see, the other night was great. When we went down to 10 men, the lads dug in, but I thought we weren't good before the red card. I thought Barnsley dominated us. I don't think we left our own half in the first 15, 20 minutes. Barnsley are okay. They're nothing special. I thought they were better when we beat them at our place. So they were definitely there to be beaten. I don't want to, watch my team having to wait and hit someone on the counter-attack the odd time in a game to nick a game. It's not what I want to see. It was a resilient effort from a lot of them, whatever else, but we had one shot on target. So for me, no, I was disappointed. Obviously, our leading goal scorer and leading assist maker went off at half time. So with that, probably went our best chance of scoring a goal and making a goal. The lads all work very hard, but working hard's great, but results are obviously more important. So I was disappointed.
Nobody's safe behind the scenes. Obviously, you've got a lot of work to do to ensure that you've got the right people.
No, I said to the media earlier on, you know, people were saying, well, that was a rant. It wasn't a rant what I did. BBC asked to speak to me. They asked me honest questions. You know, I put a lot of money out every month. I work hard and I lose sleep about having to do this for the football club and that for the football club. And it's a thankless effort sometimes. And, you know, you tell your family, you know, the great lengths you're going to put money into a club. My wife says, you get abused a lot and you're getting this on Twitter. You know, look at the money you just put in this month and the money you put in last month. Like, you know, she gets frustrated by it. Now, luckily I'm the boss of my own house, you know what I mean? But the bottom line is she's right and everyone's right. My dad thinks I'm mad. They're all right, you know, because nobody's done their job well enough. So yeah, 100%, everybody at the football club, you know, right now are auditioning to stay on. So, and where we go next year, I'm a winner and we're not winning. 14's not winning. And I had an email the other day from somebody who works in sponsorships at the ground saying to me that, well, you know, we do a great job here and the staff work really hard, so you need to look at the manager and the players. And I'm, well, no, there's no I in team. If we win promotion, backroom staff, office staff, the players, everyone celebrates together. So you're 14th at the moment. So you might be doing tours of the stadium, but you're 14th in the league. Are you happy with that? So I'm sorry, it goes for everyone. So, you know, there's no coffee lady at the moment here, you know what I mean? So obviously Liz grabbed me my coffee this morning, but she's safe. She's as good as gold, Liz. So, yeah, everyone needs to work a lot harder and need to get their act together, because next season for us needs to be, yes, I think it's my 10th year. It needs to be a 10th year to remember. So, and it needs to be celebrated with success, silverware, promotion. That's where we need to be. And I say that with sincerity and honesty. And Sunday is critical. We've got 800-900 people who are trying to get in to see me. I've always said the fans will vote with their feet. If they want me here, they don't want me here, we'll know soon enough.